This is gonna be a Genshin first impression for Natlan. I'm a day one Genshin player. I have like 1,200 days. And yeah, I try to check out Natlan without being biased. I try to get my enjoyment out of this. The Arc Conquest is very good, okay? And that's what they've been doing the past couple of years as well. They've been cooking up a pretty decent Arc Conquest. The Arc Conquest is enjoyable. It feels like a story game. It's like you play maybe Zelda or something. I don't know what's a good comparison to this, but they put a lot of effort. Especially the Natlan Arc Conquest had a lot of epic scenes. Maybe not a lot, but good scenes that were quite fun to watch. Voice acting was okay-ish. Overall, I did get some enjoyment out of this. For me, I think the story is the only thing why you should play this game right now. You cannot look at this character and be like, okay, this is a new game from 2024. She looks so outdated, man. It's kind of sad, to be honest. This is a 2024 character. New characters look mid. I have not seen a single character where I was literally like, I want this character. Maybe it could be because the game is 4 years old and all the characters, as I said, look outdated as hell. Because I do remember when I jumped into Fontaine, I looked forward so much to Chlorinde. When I saw Chlorinde, I literally was like, okay, I'm gonna play this expansion. I'm gonna play this update just for Chlorinde. I'm gonna wait until she comes out. I'm gonna get her. Not a single one in Natlan where I feel like I want to get this character. While Xilonen is probably the best looking one, it's still not like I need her. Especially the standard base characters, which is Mualani, Kinich, and Kachina. Like, who the hell thinks this is like 2024 quality? Who's gonna be like, I want to pull this? And the same went for Sumeru. When I played Sumeru, I wanted to pull for Dehir, okay? Dehir was such a motivation to play. Natlan is definitely missing interesting characters that are looking spicy, that are looking good. Even the Pyro Archon looks mid. It's not really encouraging me to pull her. I think there's so many characters that look better than the Pyro Archon. And it's kind of sad because I've always thought the Pyro Archon have to be the best looking ones because they're gods. They want us to pull them. It's just a miss design-wise. Because when you look at this, that's like better. Like Navia is on a different level, for example, or Chlorinde. So now let's talk about the gameplay elements, because I do think they actually tried to improve it, especially with Mualani, because this is the only one that I kind of played a lot. I think they tried to make the fighting more interesting. They actually now have literally different mechanics. As you can see, I have like this shark bite, which nobody so far had anything else in this game. That's all you did in this game. For 4 years, all you did was E and Q. Now you literally have like you have left click. It's at least something. It's a combo system. It's kind of similar to Linny. But yeah, Linny's gameplay is super boring in comparison. They are also faster. If you look at the Kinich gameplay that we have seen in the trailers, Kinich is also quite faster. They tried. They literally tried. I think it's a good start. But the thing is, it would have been a good start 4 years ago or 3 years ago. Like, this is something they should have done 3 years ago. Better and more interesting, innovative gameplay. Making different characters and playstyles, and not making every character feel like a copy-paste kit, where literally Keqing shares the same ult with Chlorinde, with Chiori. There's so many characters that have the same abilities. It's literally a scam. And you pull and spend money for this, man. It's so sad. Yeah, I would have wished for this to happen like 3 years ago. A different type of character. And that the devs actually try to do something different. As I say here, it's like 15% better than old characters. It's more fun, but the fun is pretty much paywalled. They tried to innovate it, but it's too late and years behind. Let's talk about traveling. Better traveling. The traveling is better than ever with these dinosaurs and new characters. But again, it's map walled and paywalled. So again, when we come to Snezhnaya next year, or you go back to the old zones, you don't have these dinosaurs. It's gonna be the same boring as exploring and same pace, movement that is super slow. It's gonna be the same problem. Dev's actually useless, quote by Dawei, by the way. I don't know why they do these temporary solutions. I don't understand. For the dollar amount Genshin makes, it's a 3 out of 10 game. How can a game be so mediocre when they make so much money, chat? It's probably hard to develop a game like this and have so much money and spend it wisely, maybe invest it wisely in the development team and stuff. Maybe find the right people to make the game better. It's probably hard. They have not been doing it, I guess. Ending this off with, there's no fun game modes. No endgame still that is fun. Imaginary theater is not fun at all. The whole game is about building your characters, and there's nothing fun you can do with these characters. The whole thing, the whole game should be about the characters. It's a gacha game. You pull these characters, you make them stronger. You want to use them effectively and in a fun way, but there's nothing fun in this game where you can actually use these characters that you've built for 4 years. The character building is still limited as shit. Even after 4 years, they have not improved it. The quality of life is literally not in the game. It is limited with domains that you have in a weekday. You are super limited with resources. Maybe they made it a bit better with the chests now, because I saw when you open a chest, you sometimes get materials out of it, which is quite an interesting change, but should have done 3 years ago. It's a bit too late. Artifact system is still bad, even with the improvements. The artifact affix selector is embarrassingly bad. You can make 1 artifact in 4 months. Give me one good argument why this is a good game design decision. There's 80 characters and you can only make 1 artifact cup in 4 months. So that's crazy. Our commission system is still the same since 4 years, by the way. The Abyss is still the same since 4 years. No improvements, not even in Natlan. I just don't get it, man. They have so much money. They could improve the Abyss. They could improve the commission system. I farmed ores for 4 years. I have 8,988. And guess what? I got all of these from Kfrin. Never went out there to farm them myself. I want to send my characters out there for something useful and not ores. Why do I need to farm for 4 years freaking crystals? It does not make sense. There's no excuse at all. And it's still there, even with Natlan. The NPC design is also a joke in this update, man. I really thought Natlan would be better, chat. It's not the update we've been waiting for. It's not it. Maybe with Snezhnaya, maybe in 2 years with Kandria. Who knows? But it's like years behind. And I don't even think, even if they fix everything, it's still gonna be bad. Honestly, you can play the Archon Quest. I think the Archon Quest is good. It's not bad. Maybe if you like exploring in Genshin, and if you like the usual Genshin Impact that you're used to, you can get enjoyment out of this. But it is still Genshin Impact, sadly. And that's a bad thing. Okay, it's the old Genshin Impact that you're used to. When you thought Natlan is gonna save Genshin Impact, it's not. There is maybe a 5% to 10% improvement, and that's not enough. It would need a 100% improvement. So what they did in Natlan is 10%, but what we need is 100%. It's still missing like so freaking much. And I don't think we will ever see that day, by the way. And I think it's gonna die in a few years. It's a consistent decline of player base. I think after the Natlan hype is over, people will wake up. They will realize that this game is in a steady decline and it's not fun. There's barely anything that holds up in Genshin, except for maybe a bit of exploring and a bit of Archon Quest, and that's it. Sadly, that's not enough for a live service gacha game. There should be good gameplay. There should be good endgame and fun modes. It's not there. There's a lot more stuff that I didn't write down, but let's keep it at that. That is pretty much my first impression. I do think the zone looks good, but I hate exploring in Genshin, so I will not explore at all. I just hate exploring in Genshin. I mean, I don't really like exploring in Wuthering Waves either, but it's still better in Wuva, because I'm not an explorer. I don't like exploring. I did not 100% anything in Wuva, even if it's fun there, even if it's faster there. I think Genshin is pretty much done, for me at least. I did get my enjoyment out of this. I think the new character is pretty fun for 1 day. And then you realize that Wuthering Waves is still better. It's kind of crazy because it's like Genshin improves the game every year, but Wuthering Waves improves their game every update. You know, that's what it feels like. We need an anniversary in Genshin so that something changes. And yeah, at this pace, it's just GG. It's over. So what's next? What's next is that we're gonna play Azure Promelia and NTE and Project Mugen and Wuthering Waves. Everybody's gonna move on, jump to a new game, better game. Devs that actually work on the game every update and not every year. If Genshin would at least have hot waifus, I could at least see why people play it now. But I think the waifus are so mid right now. Xilonen is a copy-paste of Navia and Dehir. It's like a mix. Mavuika has a freaking motorcycle uniform. I don't know who wants that. Who wants to be in a biker gang as a Pyro Archon? I don't know. Yeah, if I could at least say that, man. If they would at least have fan service, man. It's not the case. TLDR, Blue Archive players will like this game.